lead the prayer for us to start now?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead now.
P. Binyan. Binyan. P. Binyan. Wala? Hindi kilala?
Ay po, ma'am.
Ha?
Wala po. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Gabayin niyo po kami, Lord, sa araw na to na matuto ng maayos at maging safe po sa bawat tahanan. Sana wala ng COVID. At yun lang po, ma'am. Amen.
Are you done?
Yes po.
Amen. Thank you, Lord. Okay, salamat, Jason, for that prayer. Okay? Okay, let's now start. So today is the first day for the SECAP-SWDA in cooperation with Greenfield Aquaculture, Juan Okada, and IPOS DepEd Cavite Province, particularly Tanzan National Trade School, Senior High School Work Immersion from Home Program Partnership. Okay, and it is intended particularly for the TVL or Technical Vocational Livelihood Industrial Arts strand with specialization automotive, shielded metal arc welding, mechatronics, and electrical installation and maintenance. Okay, so let's proceed with the basic e-training protocols. We also have here with us officers and members and participants from the SECAP-SWDA, okay, that had actually hosted this or initiated this training program, virtual training program for the senior high school, okay? So let's proceed with our basic e-training protocols. Number 1, please mute your microphones in joining the e-training or meeting. Number 2, turn your videos on during the entire training or meeting. But to save bandwidth, this may be optional, okay? Kasi karamihan sa atin, sa mga trainees, sa mga students are using the data. So para ma-save natin yun, pwede namang naka-off cam, off video, okay? Number 3, do not interrupt the speaker while presenting. If you have questions, type it in the chat box and it will be addressed appropriately. Okay? Number 4, always be professional and courteous. This is an educational training event, so we are expecting you to present yourself nicely, of course, with your background, your appearance, your attitude, tone of voice, and others. Huwag naman haharap anak na nakahubad, okay, o kaya nakasando. Kasi educational training event nga ito. It's just like attending your classes, okay? So, please present yourself nicely, okay? Lalo na pag natawag kayo to say on something. And you are supposed to open your camera. So, dapat nakadamit din tayo ng maayos, okay? Number 5, for focused participation, avoid unnecessary sidebars and comments. There's a time for comments and feedback. Okay, number 6, getting disconnected to the e-training or meeting, go back to the Google Classroom or to our GC and click the meeting link to come back. Okay, and then number 7, accomplish tasks required by the trainers and be sure to follow deadlines on when to submit them. So, meron tayong mga deadlines dyan, okay? Make sure you comply with the deadlines set by the trainers, okay? For every classwork that is assigned to you, okay? And then number 8, accomplish daily narratives. Why should you do this? Kasi, di ba, at the end of your work immersion, you will be doing your narrative report. So, para hindi nyo nababalikan, meaning to say, pwede nyo nang ano lang yun, ika-copy-paste nyo na lang. Rather than going back again to the first day, o panunoorin mo pa ulit, ano nga ba ulit yung ginawa ko nung first day. So, to avoid that, do your daily narratives religiously, okay? And then number 9, accomplish the training evaluation and also the attendance sheet, okay? Number 10, SECAP-SWDA in cooperation with Greenfield Holdings Incorporated, EPOS, and One Okada, a work immersion evaluation sheet with grade, of course, and certificate of completion will be awarded to trainees with outputs completed. Okay? So, yan ang agreement natin, ha? You would need to complete all the outputs or class works assigned to you. Okay? For the objectives of the work immersion from home program or training at SECAP-SWDA, during our pre-deployment orientation, that is actually the pre-immersion proper. So, may tatlong phases kasi yung ating work immersion. The pre-immersion proper, the pre-immersion stage, and then the immersion proper, and the post-immersion period or stage. So we are now at the second stage, and that is the immersion proper. Okay, so we have the following objectives. Letter A, appreciating management processes by observing, identifying, and describing the following. Of course, you will be able to learn about the nature of the business. And then number 2, description of the products and services. We will also be discussing about that, the programs and services at SECAP. And then the target clientele, or we call the beneficiaries at SECAP-SWDA. Okay, and number 4, organizational structure. So we will be discussing to you about the organizational structure of SECAP. And then company rules and regulations. Okay, what I'm showing to you now is actually one included as the rules and regulations that we are supposed to follow as trainees. Okay, make sure also, guys, that you are able to accomplish the links pertaining to the e-registration or online registration at SECAP, and also what we had shared to you about the link I shared to you about your preparedness for the senior high school work immersion from home, and also the learning modalities you prefer. Although your learning modality, chosen learning modality may be what we call the modular or the written one. I had already explained to you during our pre-deployment orientation the importance of attending this online training. Kasi ito na talaga yung ating new normal. So we can't get away with it. Lalo na ngayon, we were actually expecting na magkaroon na ng face-to-face at at the moment. Kaya lang, 'di ba, meron in Cavite, so, 'di ba, nag-impose na naman ng a general community quarantine stage. So, hindi talaga matutuloy yung ating face-to-face, and we actually prepared for that. Kaya lang, guys, yun nga yung nangyayari because of the pandemic that is happening. We have to follow protocols set by the IATF. Okay, and we are still fortunate. We are still privileged, actually, because this online work immersion or training has been provided to you, of course, with the generosity of SECAP and its partners, and the continuing effort of the Tanza National Trade School. Ayan, with, of course, the support of our school principal, Dr. Rolando Dili. Ayan, very supportive ang ating school principal for this project, or this online training, or the senior high school work immersion from home. Okay. Next. Okay. So for the student or trainees, reports. Okay, we will be, of course, requiring you to reports to the company based on agreed time frame. And what is our time of reporting for your daily 10-day training at SECAP? Ano po ang oras ng inyong reporting time? Hello, everyone. EIM, Automotive, SMAW, Mechatronics. What is the time that you are supposed to report for the online training at SECAP? Oh, is anyone there? Anong oras po tayo dapat mag-report?
10 a.m. po, ma'am.
10 a.m. Okay, very good, RJ. Okay, next, let's proceed. Students or trainees receives orientation from the company, and it is actually what we are doing now, okay? Establishments on the nature of the business. Of course, we will be discussing about that. And then description of the product or program or services, target clientele, organizational structure, and rules and regulations. Okay. And then students participates or trainees participates in the activities of the different offices, that written narrative on the profile of the company, business, establishment, making thing chart, photos, or illustration. Okay, we already have discussed on this before during our, okay, someone's coming in. Papasukin ko muna na. During our pre-deployment orientation, okay? And then, second, written report on the activities performed. Of course, aside from this, we will be providing you with classworks, tasks, or outputs that you are supposed to accomplish during that 10-day training, okay? And then, of course, the supervisor's rating will be given to you at the end of your training. That's the reason why we had instructed you or given you instructions to submit your evaluation sheet for the training. Okay, given you instructions. Number 4, the organizational chart. And then letter B, appreciating business processes by observing and participating in safety production. This is actually in the course of face-to-face, okay? And then maintenance, quality control. We can still practice these things, particularly the quality control, of course, with regards to the output on the classworks that will be required of you. And then quality assurance, customer satisfaction, housekeeping, hygiene, and others, okay? And then reports to the company based on agreed time frame. Okay, receives orientation on the different processes of the business establishments as a safety production, maintenance, quality control, quality assurance, customer care, housekeeping, and hygiene. Okay, so, okay, we had this already, okay? And then to proceed with, I'd like to show you our 10-day program, who will be our topic discussants or trainers, okay? For today, we will be having Ma'am Hananel Doria with us to discuss on SECAP-SWDA company history, legalities, policies, and objectives, introduction and rationale, programs and services, requirements, and then SECAP forms, issues and challenges, and then, of course, the mission, the vision, objectives, core values, rules, beneficiaries, and then policies making process. And for the officers and founding board members and the role of the units in the organizational structure, I will be discussing it to you because Ma'am Jedidea is not around. Okay, and we will be explaining you or discussing to you details or informations about the SECAP-SWDA with the help of Ma'am Hananiel. Okay, and at the end of our presentation, we will be welcoming questions. And then so that will be for today, March 22. And for March 23, we will have a topic about shielded metal arc welding. And our trainer, of course, will be Sir Mark Lindon Velasco. And then for day 3, March 24, we will have a topic for automotive servicing. And our trainer will be Sir Jelvis Pereira. Okay? And then for March 25, day 4, we will have a topic on mechatronics or electronic products assembly and servicing. And our trainer would be Sir Narvin Santiaguel. Okay? And then for day 5, March 26, we will have the topic for electrical installation and maintenance to be handled or discussed by Mr. or Sir Jonathan Profeta. Okay? And then at day 6, we will have a general topic for about Greenfield Aquaculture and Hydroponics Holding Incorporated, and it is aquaponics. Okay? And our trainer will be Dr. Luder G. Maniano and with Engineer Mark Anthony Revillamun. We will actually be having 2 topics here, the aquaculture and then the hydroponics. Okay? And then March 29 rather, day 7, we will have a topic by Juan Okada Visual Graphics Design to be discussed to us by Ma'am Jocelyn Olasiman. Okay? And then for the day 8, March 30, it's again another general topic. It's about Fiero cryptocurrency trading, and our trainer will be Ma'am Nerissa Navarro. Okay? And on day 9, on our 9th day, March 31, it will be an output consultation. Okay? So, wala tayong discussions for this day. We will be having output consultation on kung meron pa kayong need i-clarify about the tasks given you. And also, this will be the day we will be preparing for your graduation on April 1. Okay? So, magkakaroon po tayo ng graduation or completion rites for this training. Excited ba kayo doon sa ating gagawing ceremony?
Yes, ma'am.
Opo.
Yes po.
Yes
Very
po.
good.
Excited na?
Excited na.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
dapat willing lang kayong makipag-cooperate, anak, okay? Because we will be assigning or we will be asking for volunteers to serve as program committee. Okay? Kasi kailangan natin yan, may kasama kaming mag-prepare ng certificates of completion for all the trainees. Okay? And that had been done during the previous batch. Okay. So we are done with the program. I'll be sharing you the next slide. Okay, and do you see my screen, guys?
Yes po.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, salamat po.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so to discuss to us the SECAP history, mission, vision, and how is it founded. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, we have here with us Ma'am Hananiel Doria, the Secretary of SECAP-SWDA, Province of Cavite.
Okay. Good morning everyone. Good morning trainees.
Good morning
Welcome
po.
to Work Immersion from Home program. Okay, GCQ na naman ulit. So we are all adjusting again to this online work immersion. And without further ado, I will discuss you all what is SECAP-SWDA. SECAP stands for Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines Incorporated. And our headquarters is on 10B Omero Street, Barangay Holy Spirit, Quezon City, with satellite offices nationwide. Our area of coverage of operations, SECAP is nationwide with authority to accept donations worldwide. And SECAP-SWDA is available in NCR, CAR, regions 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 4B, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, hanggang sa BORM. Nationwide yon. Okay, our president and founder of SECAP-SWDA. He is a scholar ng bayan, OFW, and elected Barangay Kagawad chairman. He also became a vice president task force urban of the Philippines in Malacanang, Manila, and the founding president of SECAP-SWDA. And here is a short story kung bakit na-inspired siya na buuin yung SECAP-SWDA organization. When he was an OFW, he saw his fellow countrymen working as street sweeper and suffering from hunger because he saw them looking for food in the trash can. Of course, he was hurt back then. We all know and we all expecting that when a Filipino flew to other countries to work, we may think that they all have a good life, but the reality is not. All our OFWs are like that. They're working hard and homesick. So Mr. Restituto came up with the idea that he want to help those people, so he gave them food and shelter, and in exchange of that, he told them that he doesn't want them to looking for food in a trash can. Siyempre, Pilipino tayo, we have our Filipino pride, right? Kaya yon, scholar din siya ng bayan. He want to serve his fellow countrymen. That's why this organization is a humanitarian organization. And let's go to the legalities. Ma'am? Okay. SWDA is an auxiliary social welfare and development agency. We are under the SWD or Department of Social Welfare and Development. Ibig sabihin po noon, tutulong po tayo sa DSWD kasi we are under them. We will help them to help those people who's in need. Okay. Ito po yung ating Certificate of Registration. Our license to operate, and we are also an ABSNet member. We are registered also on Securities and Exchange Commission, Philippines. Ayan po. Tapos ang ating corporate PIN number. Okay. Policies and objectives. Fulfillment of duty. Adopt an integrated and comprehensive approach to health development and other services available to all people at affordable cost. Our priority is to give preferential attention to the welfare of the least fortunate, the poor, unschooled, person with disabilities, solo parents, junior and senior citizens aged 40 to 80 years old, and to indigenous people and less in life. Okay, introduction or rationale. SECAP initiates and promotes a healthy and harmonious association by developing civic, spiritual, social and cultural awareness and consciousness to underprivileged, sick, elderly, junior, and senior citizens aged to 40 to 80 years old of age, women, solo parents, and children, and to act as an intermediary or mediator with the national and local government basic services to the community nationwide. Issues and challenges. Typically, in our experience of consultations, active participations in the different government agency, business sectors, non-government organization, and people's organization, we have encountered several issues, particularly the youth sector, the women, the environment, human rights, education, health, and employment. The declaration of policies and objectives of the Constitution provide social justice in all phases of the national development. To fulfill this duty, the organization is challenged to help and assist from grassroots level, motivate and encourage the people to contribute to nation building, encourage their families and communities, reaffirm the valued Filipino tradition of caring and helping hands in partnership with the national government, local government units, private entities, and providing a humanitarian assistance and giving preferential attention to the welfare of the less fortunate members of the community, the poor, the unschooled, the disabled, the underprivileged, the junior and senior citizens aged 40 to 80 years old, those who have less in life. Okay, our vision. The Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines Incorporated envisions itself to be a model leader of effective governance and responsible non-government organization working in partnership with the national government, local government units, and the citizenry in building quality services to the community. It is our mission also to provide quality service which will make Senior Citizens and Elderly Welfare Club of the Philippines Incorporated an ideal organization for humanitarian assistance, particularly to the less fortunate members of the community, the poor, the unschooled, the disabled, the underprivileged, the junior and senior citizens, and those who have less in life. Our objective is to establish mechanisms whereby the contribution of the membership and the community are maximized, adopt measures whereby members and non-members assisted and appreciated by the community as a whole, establish a program beneficial to members, their family, and the rest of the community that they serve, and establish community-based health rehabilitation program station nationwide. This one is important na nakalagay ito sa logo ng ating SECAP-SWDA. The core values: duty of care, take care and ensure prudent use of all assets, including facility, people, and goodwill. Duty of loyalty. It is our duty to ensure that the activities and transactions are first and foremost advancing its mission, recognize and disclose conflict of interest. Make decisions that are in the best interest of the organization, not of the individual board of directors or any other individual or for profit. Duty of obedience. Ensure that the organization obeys applicable laws and regulations, follow its own bylaws, and that the organization adheres to its stated corporation, purpose, or mission. Okay, ito po ang ating programs and services. We offer you a livelihood program. Livelihood program is under job orientation, job opportunities, and business financing. Di ba, ang ibig sabihin po ng livelihood is a source of income. We can offer you a source of income under the SECAP-SWDA. Kahit ano po yan. Since this is a 10-day training, mapapag-aralan nyo po din dito yung graphic designing, tapos graphic designing, aquaculture, and hydroponics, pati yung cryptocurrency. That is an example of a livelihood program. And next is our Damayan program. Damayan program is a hospitalization assistance, medical and dental assistance, burial assistance, and others. Ibig sabihin po, ang SECAP-SWDA po ay maaaring makatulong for financial assistance when you are hospitalized. And we also have a project, medical, consultation, and dental project, yung mga ganun po. Pati yung sa burial assistance, marami na po kami nabigyan ng burial assistance. Training program. Under training program, skilled workers, call center agents, and food processing, and others. Na nagtitraining ngayon. Since it's 10 days nga po na training, scholarship program, elementary education scholar, assistance, and others. Under the scholarship program, marami rin po tayong matutulungan, lalo na po yung mga hindi kayang pumasok sa school or yung mga batang nasa malalayong lugar, tapos malayo yung school sa kanila at wala silang pampaaral. Ganun po. Pati po yung school na nangangailangan ng mga gamit for schools, pwede pong matulungan ng SECAP-SWDA. Naintindihan niyo po yung 4 programs and services? Masyado bang mabilis? Anyone?
Sakto lang po ma'am, medyo lag po lang kayo.
Okay.
Naglalag sa inyo.
Opo, ma'am.
Opo.
Okay, let's continue. Our programs and services requirements. Photocopy of SECAP members' ID, accomplished SECAP membership profile form, original barangay certificate of indigency, certified true copy of medical abstract, medical certificate for medical hospital assistance only, and learner's identification card, registration card for scholarship assistance only, certified true copy of statement of account or SOA for scholarship assistance only, training project proposal for livelihood and training programs only, training project list of beneficiaries for livelihood and training programs only. At madami pa po. SECAP-SWDA forms. Ito po makikita nyo kung ano yung mga fill upan nyo when you are requesting and a SECAP member. Yan. SECAP membership beneficiary form. Yan. SECAP request form. Diyan nyo po checkan kung ano po yung pangailangan nyo, kung sa livelihood, under ba ng livelihood, damayan, training, or scholarship. SECAP endorsement form. Yan po. Okay, our beneficiaries of the SECAP are citizen of the Republic of the Philippines, dysfunctional families, out of school and other youth with special needs, solo parents, person with disabilities, indigenous people, and junior and senior citizens aged 40 to 80 years old. Ibig sabihin po, sakop nito ang lahat. Wala po tayong pinipili. Di katulad po ng mga ibang organization, di ba po? Ang ibang organization, katulad po ng Pag-ibig, ano po ba ang ina-offer ng Pag-ibig? Di ba housing? Tapos ano ba ang ina-offer ng PhilHealth? Di ba for hospitalization assistance only? Sa amin po sa SECAP-SWDA, lahat po yon kaya na po nating ibigay sa members natin. Once you became a SECAP member, you can request under the Damayan, the livelihood, training, and the scholarship program po. Okay, policies making process. Board of Directors does not exist solely to fulfill duties and serve as a fiduciary of the organization's assets. Board of Directors play very significant roles providing policies for organization's culture, strategic focus of activities, and financial sustainability. Yung Board of Directors po natin ang gumagawa po ng policies sa ating organization. Siyempre po, kailangan po nilang ma-maintain yung funds, tapos po sila din po mag-iisip ng lahat ng projects or activities under po ng 4 na program, since malaki po yung programs na nasasakop ng SECAP-SWDA. Next po, ma'am. Through the adopted and approved resolutions with copy furnished to the regional offices nationwide and other agencies concerned for the information and guidance, SECAP Board of Directors created a 7 committee such as okay, sabihin ko lang po yung 15-man board. 15 15-man board are chairman, vice chairman, secretary general, assistant secretary general, treasurer, assistant treasurer, auditor, and marshal. The 7 board member committee is membership director, finance director, livelihood director, education and training, health damayan, youth and sports development, and legal and grievance. General policies, client protection policy. The SECAP general policies is to deliver services to the members and beneficiaries, also manages personnel, oversees administration, and maintains cash funds. As a recipient of grants from various channels and project holders of welfare activities, the organization upholds principles of accountability and transparency and takes more passion, knowledge, skills, resources, and relationship. It also takes time, planning, patience, and flexibility. Policies and programs that seek to reduce poverty and vulnerability to risk and enhance the social status and rights of the marginalized by promoting and protecting livelihood and employment, protecting against hazards and sudden loss of income, and improving people's capacity to manage risk. Protecting underprivileged rights and their best interests in giving them the opportunity to participate in programs that educate them on their rights, personal safety, techniques, and steps they can take in case of a problem. Helping the underprivileged break the cycle of poverty is more than providing health care, education, and employment. It's about working toward the complete well-being of each and every human being, and that means keeping them safe. Empowering and educating underprivileged on their rights, personal safety and steps they can take. It's there if there is a problem, integrating their protection into all aspects of our organization strategy, structures, and work practices. The organization monitor physical abuse, neglect, and emotional abuse to absolutely look out for the safety and best interest of the clientele for beneficiaries. Training staff and volunteers on how to identify the underprivileged needs. Siyempre po, to make sure na ang ating beneficiaries ay tunay nga po na walang kakayahan, ay yun nga po yung bibigyan natin talaga kasi kailangan yung mga walang kakayahan sa buhay. Yun po yung priority ng SECAP-SWDA. Kasi yung iba, 'di ba, magpapa-member sila, pero meron naman sila kakayahan. Although hindi naman sila exempted sa pagtanggap sa pagtanggap ng benefits ng SECAP-SWDA. Uunahin pa rin po natin yung mga nangangailangan. Protection policy is made up of several components, all with the goal of keeping clientele safe. It includes organization of specific protection protocols, guidelines for reporting incidents. Steps for preventing abuse can take many forms, and the organization staff and volunteers work hard to recognize and deal with any situation on physical health and development or dignity. Okay, and that's all. Thank you. And now, Ma'am Cress, she will be discussing the organizational chart of SECAP-SWDA.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Hannah. So we will proceed now with the roles of the units in the organizational structure of SECAP, and then later on we will be opening the event for questions and answer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you see my screen now, guys?
Yes, ma'am. It's
Yes,
shared.
ma'am.
Okay po. Salamat. Okay, so once again, good morning to all our trainees, students from Tanzan National Trade School, particularly automotive, the SMAU students, the EIM students, and mechatronics students, and also our officers and members and participants as well from SECAP-SWDA. Okay, so our topic now is about the officers, board members, and the role of the units in the organizational structure of SECAP-SWDA. Okay, for the general policies, the SECAP-SWDA general policies is to deliver services to the members and beneficiaries, also manages personnel, oversees administration, and maintains cash funds as a recipient of grants from various channels and projects, holders of welfare activities. The organization upholds principles of accountability and transparency and takes more passion, knowledge, skills, resources, and relationship. It also takes time planning, patience, and flexibility. So kagaya ng na-discuss kanina ni Ma'am Hana, uh, we fund the programs and services through um, funds coming from the international community or uh, private institutions or organizations, and also grants coming from the different agencies of the government as an authorized um, social welfare and development agency of the Philippines. Okay. So next, programs and services, of course, for the client protection policy, policies and programs that seek to reduce poverty and vulnerability to risks and enhance the social status and rights of the marginalized by promoting and protecting livelihood and employment, protecting against hazard and sudden loss of income, and improving people's capacity to manage risk. Okay? And then, of course, helping the underprivileged break the cycle of poverty is more than providing healthcare, education, and employment. It's about working toward the complete well-being of each and every human being. And that means keeping them safe, of course. And for the protection policy is made up of several components, all with the goal of keeping clientele safe. It includes organization of the specific protection protocols, guidelines for reporting incidents, steps for preventing abuse, can take many forms, and the organization staff and volunteers work hard to recognize and deal with any situation on physical health and development or dignity. Okay? And the organization monitor physical abuse, neglect, and emotional abuse to absolutely look out for the safety and best interests of the clientele or beneficiaries. Okay, for protecting underprivileged rights and their best interests and giving them the opportunity to participate in programs that educate them on their rights, personal safety techniques, and steps they can take in case of a problem. Okay, and then of course, empowering and educating underprivileged on their rights, personal safety, and steps they can take if there is a problem. Integrating their protection into all aspects of our organizational strategy, structures, and work practices. Training staff and volunteers on how to identify the underprivileged needs, of course. And then for the administration and organization, the administration office supervises day-to-day operation on the administration, such as, of course, hiring, training, and evaluating employees and beneficiaries. Okay, systems, policies, and procedures. Planning, scheduling, and promoting office events, including meeting, conferences, interviews, orientation, and overseeing special projects and tracking progress towards organization goals. Another is organizing programs and activities in accordance with the vision, mission, and goals, objectives of the organization. And also developing new programs to support the strategic direction of the organization and develop an evaluation method to assess program strengths and identify areas for improvement and ensure goals are met in areas including customer satisfaction, safety and quality, and team member performance. Okay? And for the organization board of trustees, the corporate powers of the association shall be exercised, its business conducted, and its property controlled by the Board of Trustees, without prejudice to such powers as may be granted by laws. The Board of Trustees shall also have the following powers, that is, to make and change rules and regulations not inconsistent with these bylaws for the management of the association's objectives and affairs. Okay? And to purchase, receive, take, or otherwise acquire for and in the name of the association any and all properties, rights, or privileges for the association. Another is to prosecute, maintain, defend, compromise, or abandon any lawsuit in which the association or its officers are either plaintiffs or defendants in connection with the activities of the association. Another, to delegate from time to time any of the powers of the board which may be delegated in course of the operation of the association to any standing or special committee or to any officer or agent, and to appoint any person to be agent of the nation with such powers and upon such terms as may be deemed fit. Okay? Qualifications. No member shall be eligible for election to the Board of Trustees unless he is of a member of good standing and has not committed any offense. Of course, laging requirement yan. May it be in any other organizations. Okay? And for the disqualification, no member convicted by final judgment of an offense punishable by imprisonment for a period of exceeding 6 years or a violation of the corporation code committed within 5 years prior to the date of his election shall qualify as a trustee of the association. Okay. For the term, the members of the Board of Trustees shall serve for a period of 1 year and until successors are duly elected and qualified. Okay, let's go now to the duties and functions of officers. The president, of course, he was introduced to us a while ago. He is Mr. Restituto E. Perez Jr. So he is the SECAP president and founder of the organization. Okay. So the president shall exercise the following functions. Number 1, to arrange and supervise the business affairs of the association nationwide. Of course, with all the other chairmen assigned to the different regions, provinces, municipalities, he leads them all, okay? Next is to implement the administrative and operational policies of the association as resolved by the Board of Trustees, okay? And to represent the association at all activities and objectives of the association. Let's see if he will be able to see us on our graduation day. And that will be on April 1, okay? So we will be sending him an invitation. We had actually sent him the invitation, the program about our training, but it's just that they are really so busy together with our vice president and the overall program national director, Sir Johnson Badaw, and our vice president is engineer Hector Ventura. They are very busy on processing the documents, all the documents needed pertaining to the operation of SECAP for the implementation of the different programs and services nationwide. Okay. So anyway, we are all here, of course, with their generosity, allowing us to proceed with this kind of training, because without their approval, we wouldn't be here today. Wala tayong training na ginagawa ngayon without the approval of the board, of course, the leadership of our president. Okay? And another is to execute all contracts, agreements, and commitments of the corporation entered into by the Board of Trustees. Next, to oversee the preparation of the budget and the statements of accounts of the association. Next, to preside and submit reports at the meetings of the Board of Trustees and members. Okay, meetings are scheduled between the Board of Trustees and members. And of course, it is headed by the president. And it is at those times that he provides reports, and it may it be quarterly report or other issuances pertaining to the operation of SECAP in the implementation of its programs and services. Okay, and let's go to the vice president. The vice president shall have such powers and duties as the board may from time to time prescribe. In case the president is absent or incapacitated, the vice president, if qualified, shall have the powers and discharge the duties of the president. Okay. Kaya nga vice president. If the president is not available, he presides. Okay. The vice president presides. Okay. And then let's go to the secretary. To record, these are the duties of the secretary: to record the minutes and resolutions in all membership and trustees meetings, and maintain corporate books in such form and manner required by law. So siya yung gumagawa ng MOM, or the minutes of meeting. Okay, so yung secretary, napakahalaga ng kanyang ginagampanang function in every meeting. Dapat laging nandyan si secretary. At kung saan actually nandun si president, the secretary should also be there to take down notes of what is transpiring in every meeting. Okay, done by the president. Okay, pertaining to the programs or the operations of SECAP. Okay. Next is next duty of the secretary is to keep the membership book and records of the association and affix the corporate seal to all official documents requiring the same. Okay. So, kagaya ng mga members, the appointment paper of members and officers as well, at kasama na din dyan yung ID. Nilalagyan po siya or dinadry seal po siya ng corporate seal ng SECAP-SWDA. Okay? Next, duty of the secretary to give or send notices of the association required by law and these bylaws. Okay? Next, to determine the existence of a quorum in any meeting of the members and the board of trustees. Okay. So, siya yung magde-determine kung may quorum na ba, kung meron bang more than 50% of the attendance. Yon. Pwede nang mag-start yung meeting pagka ganon. Okay? So, let's go to the treasurer. Ang kanyang duty, to keep full and accurate accounts of the funds, receipts, and disbursement in the books of association, of the association. Okay, another, to deposit in the name and to to the credit of the association in such bank as may be designated by the Board of Trustees, all the funds, money, securities, and valuable effects of the association. Okay, so being an auxiliary social welfare and development agency of the Philippines, the bank of SECAP-SWDA is Land Bank, and we have another commercial bank, the what do you call this? East-West Bank. Okay, so yun po yung mga banks ng ating SECAP-SWDA. Next, duty of the treasurer to render an annual statements showing the financial condition of the association and other financial reports to the president and board of trustees, as well as proper government agencies. Kasi ire-report din natin yan. Like for example, we are given a grant, an amount of grant from a particular government agency, for example, the DOLE. So, kailangan meron pong report yan, accomplishment report, okay? And also the financial reports. And it is done by the treasurer, okay? And next, the treasurer, another duty of the treasurer is also to perform such other duties and functions as may be assigned to him or her by the Board of Trustees. Of course, nagkakatulungan yan, mga yan, the Board of Trustees, the Secretary, the Treasurer also, okay? And another duty of the Treasurer, to protect the funds of the association. The Treasurer must be bonded in such amount as may be determined by the Board of Trustees. Okay? In the case of SECAP-SWDA, sa ating national organization, meron tayong treasurer and meron ding we call the financial committee director. But sa ating regional level, the provincial level, the municipal, city, and then the barangay level, combined yung function. Iisa yung treasurer at saka yung financial committee director, okay? I'll be trying to show you the organizational structure mamaya. Okay, so we are done with the last, to protect the funds. Okay, and now let's go to the auditor. The auditor shall audit the books of the association and prepare the annual balance sheet, profit and loss statements. He shall submit his audit report in time for the annual members meeting. Ayan po yung function ng ating auditor. Okay, and for the membership committee director, to ensure the general membership understand the organization program and services, keep the organization members and non-members data. Okay, of course, parang kumbaga sa HR, siya yung in charge sa 201 file or the members database. Ayan po yung function ng ating membership committee director. And then for the finance, ito yung binabanggit ko sa inyo kanina, in the national level, bukod po yung ating secretary at bukod po yung ating finance committee director. But at the regional level, the provincial level, municipal, down to the barangay level, iisa po ang secretary, iisa po ang treasurer and the finance committee director. Okay po? And the function is, make sure that the organization has adequate resources to advance its mission, make list of ways to help with fundraising, identified potential major donors. Actually po, kasama niya dito yung ating mga SECAP-SWDA International Commissioners. Ayan po, yung kasama niya to raise funds from major donors, may it be particularly coming from the international community. Yan po yung function ng ating SECAP-SWDA International Commissioners, or yan ang kanilang job description or role. Okay, someone's coming in. Papasukin lang po muna natin. Okay. And then, okay, so let's go to the livelihood. Before the 4 programs, actually, we have the overall program director. And at the national level, we have Sir Johnson Badaw heading as, leading us as the national program director. So, siya yung pinaka-overall program director. Below him are, of course, the livelihood training director, and then the Damayan training program director, and then the training program director, and then the scholarship or education program director. Ayan po. Okay, so let's go to the livelihood. Ano ba yung ginagawa ng livelihood director? The livelihood director is in charge of job opportunities, job orientation, and business financing for general membership and non-members of the organization, with planning used to specify the steps to be taken to achieve the objectives of the programs. Okay? And for the education and training, it makes sure that the general membership and non-members to bring an in-depth knowledge of how the organization works, particularly in its programs and services. Okay, so for the health and Damayan director, take care of the members and clientele or beneficiaries for medical, hospital, and burial assistance and others. Okay. So next, actually guys, ang ating program, so we had mentioned to you about the livelihood, Damayan training, and then the scholarship. We actually have 5. Kasi under the health and Damayan, we have the others. So, 5 actually yung programs and services ng SECAP. We have the what we call the livelihood, of course, the Damayan, and then the training, and then the scholarship and others. Okay, and then for the youth development or the youth program, the youth committee director, they take care, or the youth director takes care of the future of the youth, particularly the scholarship programs for out-of-school youth and youth with special needs. Okay, doon sa mga na-discuss kanina na beneficiaries, I would like to ask you, can you be a beneficiary of SECAP? Kayo, at your end. Sa tingin nyo, beneficiary din ba kayo ng SECAP?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Kasi qualified kami at member kami ng SECAP eh.
Okay. So si Sir Aris Velasco is, thank you sir for your participation. So isa po siyang member ng SECAP. Okay. So meron kasing na-discuss doon kanina about the types of beneficiaries. And number 1 that was discussed to us is that citizens of the Republic of the Philippines. So, ibig sabihin nun, lahat ng Pilipino ay pwedeng maging beneficiary ng SECAP. Okay? Kasi meron doon in-explain sa atin, dysfunctional family, solo parent, but number 1 na beneficiary is citizens of the Republic of the Philippines, at kasama na tayo lahat doon, okay? Regardless of your age. regardless of your status in life. So, citizens of the Republic of the Philippines. So, lahat tayo ay beneficiaries ng SECAP. Okay? So, going back, thank you, sir, for your participation. We have the legal or grievance committee director. They ensure that the board of directors, officers, employees, and members obey applicable laws and regulations, follows its own and laws, and adheres to its stated corporate purposes or mission. Okay, so yan po yung role ng legal or grievance committee director. And then we have, let's go to the personnel or human resource management development. Because, of course, it refers to the process of maximizing the human capital of the employees. This includes the selection and recruitment, separation and termination, compensation, evaluation and management performance, promotion and training and development. Okay po. And then management and administrative policies. The organized institution not only delivers services but also manages staff, personnel, oversees administration, and maintains cash funds as a receipt of grants from various channels, as we have discussed a while ago, and projects holders of welfare activities, senior citizens, and elderly welfare club of the Philippines Incorporated, has to uphold principles of accountability and transparency. Kailangan meron po tayong what do we call this? Achievement report, okay? Accomplishment report, rather. Okay po? Achievement tuloy, parang nanalo. Okay? So next, the purpose of the personnel policy is to set down the policies, condition, rights, and obligations of organization employees subject to their performing of the duties and responsibilities in their respective job descriptions. From the time of hiring, each employee will have access to the organization policies so that the employees can adhere to it with full knowledge, information, and guidance. The organization policies may at any time be subject to modification if the board of directors of organization seems it necessary. In such cases, employees will be fully informed of the changes. Okay? And for the duties and responsibilities of staffs and volunteers, for the administrative officers' responsibilities, it is supervising day-to-day operation of the administrative department and staff members, hiring, training, and evaluating employees, taking corrective action when necessary, okay? And then plan and manage the design, content, and production of all marketing materials. So yun yung ginagawa ng ating administrative officers, okay? And then work with different marketing departments to generate new ideas and strategies, okay? Next, supervise projects to guarantee all content is publication ready. Okay, next, create communication and marketing strategies for new products, launches, events, and promotions. Lead the marketing and public relations staff. Respond to communication or related issues in a timely manner, okay? And for the program officer responsibilities, it is organizing programs and activities in accordance with the mission and goals of the organization. Okay? Another, creating and managing long-term goals. Next, developing a budget and operating plan for the program. Next, writing program funding proposals to guarantee uninterrupted delivery of services. Okay? Next, managing a team with a diverse array of talents and responsibilities. Next, ensuring goals are met in areas including customer satisfaction, safety and quality, and team member performance. Next is meeting with stakeholders to make communication easy and transparent regarding project issues and decisions on services. Another is producing accurate and timely reporting of program status throughout its cycle. Okay. Our next unit or officer is the communication officer responsibilities. Ito naman, create informative and interesting press releases, press kits, newsletters, and related marketing materials. Ito po yung ating mga ICT director or Information Communication and Technology Director. Okay? Another responsibility is to develop and implement effective communication strategies that build customer loyalty program brand awareness and customer satisfaction. Of course, lagi naman ganun. Dapat may customer satisfaction. And in our case, there should be beneficiaries satisfaction. Kasi ang ating beneficiaries dito ay ang mamamayang Pilipino. Lahat ng Pilipino. Okay? Next is prepare detailed media activity reports. Ayan, kaya nga po sila tinawag na ICT. Okay? So, let's discuss on the appointment letter and staff orientation. Okay. Appointment letter, any personal employed and volunteers will be issued an appointment letter prior to his/her employment or appointment. The appointment letter will officially announce his/her position with the organization, the place of assignment, and the effective date of employment. Yan, pag magiging member ka, yan, si Sir Ari siguro meron na siyang appointment letter. Nakapag-member na po ba kayo, sir?
Opo, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. So, meron na po kayong ID. So, yun po yung sinasabi po dito na meron pong appointment letter. Ang bawat member, officer, employee ng SECAP-SWDA. Okay? Even the volunteers have their own appointment letter. Okay? And the appointment letter will carry annexes specifying the employee's job description, terms reference, salary, and benefits, and other relevant terms of reference, salary and benefits, and other relevant terms of employment, of course. And then for the volunteers management, consultants are professional experts hired by the organization on short-term basis only for the completion of specific tasks. Yan po yung mga role ng consultants, okay? And assignments related to the organization. One or more of its projects, separate and limited contracts defining their job description, timeline, deliverable, reporting procedures, and payment details will be issued. Ayan. So, meron ding contract dyan. Meron ding agreement with consultants that will be hired by SECAP-SWDA. Okay? And then for the volunteers, they will be assigned tasks from time to time as deemed necessary by the organization and will have a limited contract and will not provide any compensation except under special condition. Okay. So, yan po yung role naman ng ating mga volunteers. But if you are a volunteer now and you can be seen or a potential can be seen in you by SECAP-SWDA, of course, later on you will be offered to be one of the employees of or officers of SECAP, right? Okay, next. So I'll be sharing you these quotations. Since our discussion for today is about services and because SECAP-SWDA is humanitarian organization It is a people's organization um, with a purpose of serving the whole nation, the Philippines. Okay? So I'll be sharing you this. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Ayan po ay galing kay Mahatma Gandhi. Diba? Ganun po talaga yon. So, yung ating inspired by the spirit of service to his fellow men, our president, Mr. Restituto Perez, had actually organized this organization, the SECAP-SWDA, as now as an accredited social welfare and development agency of the Philippines. Okay, and another, to give real service you must add something which cannot be bought or measured with money, and that is sincerity and integrity. And that is by Douglas Adams. Okay? Actually, guys, at my own point, I actually went my way being a member of different organization just to be able to share you with this kind of training. So it is actually in being a member at SECAP and as officer as well na nagkaroon tayo ng memorandum of agreement with SECAP-SWDA for us to have this particular training for the senior high school kasi yan talaga yung naging malaking problem natin during this pandemic, kung paano ba kayo magkakaroon ng work immersion. Hindi nga po pwede ang face-to-face. But thank God with His wisdom and with His grace, of course, we were able to come up with this particular program with the support, of course, of the DepEd Cavite Province, our schools division superintendent, and of course our school principal, Dr. Rolando Dili-Dili, and the president of SECAP, who had approved and signed the memorandum of agreement for this particular training. And this is actually an implementation being done by SECAP-SWDA in its training. And we could also benefit under the livelihood program because some of the topics that will be given to you will be pertaining to livelihood because it's about entrepreneurship. The discussion about graphics design in the next days, and also the Piro cryptocurrency that will be discussed to us by our trainers, and also the aquaculture and hydroponics are actually possibilities or opportunities for inputting up what we call entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial activities or businesses, okay? Because in the senior high school, I know you are aware that we actually have 4 curriculum exits, okay? So, pwede kayong pumunta ng college right after your senior high school, and then pwede na rin pong employment, and that is how, that is what we are doing now with you. We are training you to be an employee after your graduation in senior high school, if you would choose to be an employee. And also, another curriculum exit is entrepreneurship. So, pwede na kayong mag-put up ng inyong sariling business. And that's also the reason why we are conducting this training for an entrepreneurial business or entrepreneurship. Okay? And then the other one is further skills training, or pwede ulit tayong mag further skills training or the TESDA. Okay, so yun yung ating mga 4 curriculum exits in the senior high school. But I think majority and maybe some of you will be proceeding to college, and that is good. Maganda yung tuloy pa rin ang ating pag-aaral. Kahit kami na at our end, although I had already graduated from my graduate degree, ano pa rin, itong mga ginagawa natin ngayon ay patuloy na pag-aaral. Okay? And for those who will be planning to college, you can actually start your own business. You can actually start your own income generating project, and that is so-called entrepreneurship, diba? Entrepreneurial spirit. And that is what we are encouraging you here. That is why we are training you here. Particularly the cryptocurrency trading, pwede nyo yun magagawa in your own cell phone. Malalaman natin yung procedure on how to do it later on. Okay? Napakaganda niya. Okay? So, nagse-cellphone na rin lang tayo, nagfe-Facebook na rin lang tayo. So, we can make use of this opportunity of the trainings, the importance or application of the trainings being conducted here at SECAP-SWDA later on. Okay? And then, so from the biblical view, it says here from Hebrews 6 verse 10, God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them. Yeah. And another from Colossians 3 verse 23 to 24, work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ. Okay? And with that, I would like to end our discussion for today. And we are now open to, okay, I'll stop this first. Thank you everyone for listening. Okay, so we will now open our discussion, our training for the question and answer. Okay, any questions from the group? I hope you have jotted down any question or concerns for clarification. Any questions from the group, from the trainees as well, and participants from SECAP-SWDA members and officers or participants as well? Do you have questions, guys?
None.
Yes, Angelo, go ahead.
Wala na po.
Wala po? Are you sure? No questions at all? What about the programs? Do you have questions pertaining to the programs that had been discussed to you? Okay, so we will be assigning you classwork. So ang classwork ninyo today will be developing organizational structure for SECAP. Okay, I'll try sharing you now. I-try ko lang, anak, ha? Okay. Okay, please handle first, Ma'am Hannah. Try to accommodate some questions as I get to the file for the organizational structure of SECAP. Okay, we will be uploading this at your Google Classroom, the SECAP-SWDA Virtual Training Center, guys, for your guidance and reference. Okay, para meron kayong maging guide in doing your task. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Any questions, guys? Do you understand all of it? Lahat ng na-discuss namin ni ma'am about SECAP-SWDA? Hello, good morning. Mukhang naintindihan naman nila, ma'am, lahat.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I'll just show you now the organizational structure of SECAP. Okay, I'll try to get there. Nandun kasi sa isang ano. Sana it's here. Okay, I think it's here. Naglo-load pa po. Okay, wait lang.
Yes po, kasali po kayo. Ma'am, may nagtanong po kasi sa message.
Okay, go ahead na. Please read it.
Kung kasali daw po sila sa day 3 na related sa SMAW daw po, kahit iba yung course nila.
Yes, yes.
Diba, kasama naman po sila lahat. Sa the whole 10 days, kasama po kayo sa
Yes,
lahat ng
yes
training.
po. Opo. For you guys to have also an orientation about the other skills, di ba? Mas maganda yon na lahat ay matutunan natin, okay?
Yes.
Okay, where am I? Okay, teka lang. So, we will be requiring each one of you to attend all the days of the training. Kaya nga natin tinawag itong 10 days training. Kasi, guys, alam nyo bang, if you are an automotive, in work immersion, it's not all about automotive. Di ba? In-explain ko na yan in your pre-deployment orientation. Nandyan yung pag-aaralan natin ang nature of business, the history, the organizational structure. That's the reason why we are here. And this is all about SECAP-SWDA, yung ginagawa natin ngayon. Because SECAP-SWDA's programs and services includes training and also livelihood. At kasama na ito sa mga ginagawa sa SECAP. And you are now part of SECAP actually. As a trainee, you are now part of SECAP. Okay? So, I'll go back there. So, any more questions? Just raise your questions while I'm working on sharing you the organizational structure.
Tsaka may nagtanong if everyday daw po 10 a.m. Yes po, always po. 10 po lagi ang start hanggang 12. In 10 days, 2 hours lang po yung laging nakakuha natin. Or yung every training, 10 to 12 lang.
Okay, I think I can share you now. You wait po. Present screen. Present a window. Okay, it's here. Okay, do you see it, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay po. Okay, so you can see in here a sample organizational structure for, this is actually for Cavite province. So, eto po siya. Wala pala dito yung ating national. Okay, anyway, I'll just be posting it, guys, at your Google Classroom. Okay? So, eto po yung ating organizational structure. Pero dapat nandito siya. Wait lang. I'll see if I can share the other one. Okay, it's not here. It's in the other laptop. Okay, anyway, so eto po siya. Ang difference lang naman nito, guys, actually, at the regional and at the provincial level, ang tawag, ang pinaka-leader ng organization is the chairman. Okay, so we can see in here the provincial chairman. Ang provincial chairman ng Cavite Province is Sir Antonio Bisacapaño. So siya po yon. So you can see in there the code PBM1. Ibig sabihin nun, provincial board member 1 siya. So kasama siya as board member. Okay, and Vice Provincial Chairman or Assistant Provincial Chairman is Sir Victor Doria. So, siya naman po yung Provincial Board Member 2. Okay? And, okay, so for the Provincial Board Member 3, we have, ako po yun, yours truly, Ma'am Cres Canubas. Ayan po as the Provincial Overall Program Director. So, kami po yung namamahala sa 4 programs which are, ano na nga ulit, yung ating 4 na programs, trainees. 5 na actually ngayon, kasama ang others. Ano po yung 5 programa, rather, ng SECAP-SWDA? Anyone? Come on.
Hospital assistance po.
Anyone from the group? Daniel.
Hospital assistance po.
Ano po yung 5 programs, Daniel, including others?
Hospital assistance.
Okay, so that is under Damayan. Ano pa po?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead, KB.
Livelihood, Damayan, skills, and then yung size.
Okay, yung skills training ay under the training program. Ano pa yung isa?
Scholarship.
Scholarship, very good. At ano pa yung isa pa? Kasi 5 na nga sila.
Training, ma'am.
So we have 4. Di ba sabi ni KB?
Other.
We have the livelihood. We have the Damayan. We have the training or the skills. Nasabi niya kanina, skills training. And then the scholarship. At ano pa yung isa?
Others, ma'am.
Others. Very good. Sino pong nagsagot? Si Sir Aris pala. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. So, let's go back to the organizational structure. Okay. And for the provincial membership committee director, we have Ma'am Margie Foronda. Ayan po. And then, ang kanyang assistant is the Miss Marivic Garcia. At ang assistant actually ng provincial overall program, provincial director is Ma'am Janet de la Cruz. Okay po. And then, for the Provincial Finance Committee Director, we have Ma'am Princess Noemi Gonzalez and assisted by Ma'am Jedidea Raya. Okay? And then, for the Youth Committee Director, we have Sir Albert Montino. Okay? And then, ang assistant niya is Lian Bertudes. And then, our provincial Legal Grievance Committee Director, we have Sir Rolando Canubas with his assistant, Mr. Michael de la Cruz. And then, for the Provincial Martial Team Director, we have Sir Ramon Alonzo with his assistant, Sir Jesse Bucal. Okay? And we also have our provincial secretary, as I had introduced to you a while ago. She is Ma'am Hananiel Doria. And then her assistant is Ma'am Josefina Bisacapaño. Okay? And then our provincial auditor is Sir Melchor Soriliano, the singing soldier of the Philippines. Okay? And then his assistant is Ma'am Amira Joyce Bisacapaño. Okay? And our provincial ICT director, we have Sir Hernani S. Gonzalez. Okay? And then his assistant is Assistant Provincial ICT Director is Ma'am Jennifer M. Laag. Okay? And then for our Provincial Livelihood Program Director or Livelihood Committee Director, we have Sir Chodolfo Pantoja. And his assistant is Sir Raul Alzaga. Okay? And for the Provincial Damayan Program Director or Health and Damayan Committee Director, we have Sir or Pastor Daniel Simbre with his assistant, Sir Ramil de Belen. Okay? And for our Provincial Training Program Director or Education and Training Committee Director, we have Sir Raul Almonia. And with his assistant, Sir Michael Roldan Canubas. Okay? And for the Provincial Scholarship Program Director, we have Ma'am Ruby, Miss Ruby Simbre, with her assistant, Sir Bernardo T. Fontalba. Okay? So, yan po yung ating mga officers sa Cavite Province. Ayan, meron din po tayong mga ICT program staff head. So, we have Eman Urbano. Actually, guys, I'll be sharing to you pala our website. It was done. It is being developed at ina-upgrade pa siya ni Eman Urbano. He is actually a senior high school graduate. He is a graduate from Tanza National Trade School. Computer programming siya. Okay, so we should be proud. Biruin mo yung website ng SECAP-SWDA was done and is being developed by a Tradian. O biruin nyo yun. So, ang mga staff head naman ay sila Lovely, SECAP-SWDA. They are also from graduate from Tanza National Trade School. At yun pang iba nating mga naging officers, mga assistant officers ay also graduate of Tanza National Trade School. Okay? So, we also have here included at overall program staff officer, si Nigel, who is with us now. Siya po kasi ang in charge sa ating live stream via FB and YouTube. Sinishare niya yan sa different GCs ng SECAP-SWDA and also, of course, to our trainees GC. Okay? And then, I'll share to you. Tingnan natin. So, yun yung ating organizational structure. That can be your guide. Okay? I'll just be attaching or uploading the organizational structure at the national level and also the regional level. Okay? So, ginawa lang nating example, yung ating Cavite Provincial Organizational Structure. Okay po? So, I'll try to share you our website. Okay? Ano lang po siya? SECAP-SWDA, small caps lang. SECAP-SWDA.org. Yun po yung ating website. Okay? Okay, so it's here. I-share ko po sa inyo. Okay, do you see my screen? Nakikita niyo po ba yung screen ko? Okay, yes, so ito po yung ating SECAP-SWDA website. Okay, so ito po ay ginawa ng student natin, graduate of Tanza from Tanza National Trade School. Okay, computer programming student po natin. Okay, so if you click on this, ito po, ayan yung mga programs and services natin. So you can just browse on it, Andyan na po yung mga nagawa na natin sa Damayan program. Although marami pa pong ina-upload. Okay, so you can see in the picture our Vice President, Engineer Hector Ventura. Okay, so yan po yung mga programs and services natin. The Damayan program, education and training, livelihood. Kagaya nga ng binanggit namin kanina, it is still being upgraded. So, eto din pong ginagawa natin ngayon will be uploaded also in the website. So, yung ating video of the training will be uploaded here. Okay? So, check natin yung home. Ayan po. So, you can just visit on our website. Okay? Management and Operations Team. Ayan, so yan po yung ating President, si Sir Restituto E. Perez Jr. Tapos ayan naman po yung ating Vice President, Engineer Hector Ventura. And of course, one of our International Commissioner, Dr. Luder E. Meñano. He will be discussing to us and he will be with us for a talk about aquaculture and hydroponics together with Engineer Mark Anthony Revilla Moon, okay? And the other international officers. These are still being upgraded, guys. Wala pa dito yung iba pang mga officers, okay? So, ano pa lang, ina-upgrade pa lang siya. Okay po? So, those are some of our officers. Ayan, si Sir Johnson Badaw, our National Program Director, the one I was mentioning you a while ago, he heads the program at the national level. Okay, kumbaga sa Cavite, si Ma'am Canubas yung naka-assign. Sa national level, si Sir Johnson naman po yung naka-assign. Because at SECAP-SWDA, we can be assigned to 2 different positions. So hanggang 2 lang. So it can be at the local level or at the national level. So yun po. Okay? So this is a humanitarian organization, a people's organization serving the Filipinos worldwide with its 4 programs or now 5 programs and services. Okay? So, balikan natin yung iba pa nating picture dito. So, for the programs and services, our partners, tingnan natin kung ano na nakalagay dito sa ating partners. Okay, so ito po yung ating mga partners. Ayan nga yung Greenfield Aquaculture and Hydroponics Holding. Okay? And of course, the DSWD is our partner, government agency partners. Okay? Andyan din po yung Malasakit. Okay? And then, ayan, yung Malasakit Center. Kasama po yan sa ating partners. Yung iba po, hindi pa po na-upload because it is still being developed. Okay? Kasi may, ano yan, may kanya-kanyang, kumbaga, bawat i-upload mo ay may corresponding algorithm yan. And ginagawan po ng program yan, ng ating website developer or programmer. Okay? So, what about us? Contact us. Ayan, i-click nga natin ito. Ayan. So, ito po yung ating mga contact numbers sa ating national headquarters. So, you can see in there. Magkakaroon din tayo. Actually, may offices na for the National Capital Region. Marami actually satellite offices doon. But as I have said, this website is still being upgraded. So, ayan po, yung CAR, Region 1, Region 2, Region 4A office. Available na rin po yan. Okay? Ano na lang, pag nag-resume na yung physical or face-to-face activities, we can already operate for our office here at Cavite Province. And of course, the Region 4A. Okay? So, ayan po, magkakaroon po ng offices yan up to BARM. There are actually 17 regions in the Philippines, including the NCR, the CAR, and the BARM, or the Bangsamoro for Muslim Mindanao. Okay? For autonomous, Bangsamoro for autonomous region for Muslim Mindanao. Ayan po yun. Okay, so that is for our website. Sa ating programs and services, tingnan naman po natin. Ayan po. Livelihood program, Damayan program, the training program, the scholarship program. Okay? So, andyan na yung ibang mga activities na na-upload na rin po. Let's see. So, you can see in there, yung mga pagtulong na ginagawa ng SECAP. They go as far as the Aita communities, in Region 3, sa Zambales, saan pa po yung iba, through the leadership of our President, of course, and our Vice President. Ayan po. Medyo madami na rin yung ating, so makikita natin dyan, yung San Clemente, Tarlac. Ayan po, yung mga programs and services being implemented by SECAP-SWDA. Okay po. Okay, so do we have questions, guys, while we are playing this? Come on now, ask now. Habang nandito tayo to attend to your questions. So we will be posting classwork pertaining to this. We will be requiring you to make your own version of the SECAP-SWDA organizational structure. Okay? So pwede yan, pwedeng organizational structure ng Cavite Province or pwede rin ng national. Okay? So, I'll be sharing you, we will be posting the template or the organizational structure, the existing organizational structure of SECAP-SWDA for your reference and guidance. Okay? So, any more questions, guys? Meron ba sa chat box natin? Tingnan nga natin. Ma'am, palobat na ang cellphone ng pamangkin ko. Okay. Ma'am, sa schedule po ba araw-araw po ba tuwing 10? Yes po. We will do this every 10 a.m. starting today, except on Sunday. Wala, day off natin sa susunod na Sunday, okay? Ma'am, yung sa schedule po na pinakita nyo po, example po, yung day 3 is small. Yes, actually we had answered this a while ago. Lahat po ay attenan po natin. Lahat ng trainings. So we understand the others are watching through the live stream sa ating, what we call this, the YouTube and the Facebook. So okay lang din po yon kung doon kayo nanonood sa ating live stream. It's fine. Okay? Oh, any more questions? If wala na po.
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yes, Ryan.
Ma'am, kung gagawa po kami ng organizational chart ng Cavite, di kakopyahin na lang po namin yung sa senior, hindi po?
Yes, and it should be your own version, okay? Kung paano nyo siya i-present, kung how will you do it. Siyempre, dapat it should be unique kasi meron tayong rubric, okay? You will be graded pertaining to what you have done, okay?
Sige po, ma'am. Salamat po. Pero yung
merong criteria doon na to grade your output, okay?
Apo, ma'am.
Yes, anymore. Parang meron ka pang itatanong, Ryan.
Ma'am, pero yung mga pangalan po, yun na rin po yung nakalagay.
Yes po, opo.
Sige, salamat po.
Also, for you to be familiarized with the names, with the officers of SECAP, okay? You may choose between the national organization, the regional organization of SECAP and the provincial organization of SECAP. We will be posting both. Okay? I-upload namin pareho as your reference sa ating Google Classroom or virtual training center ng SECAP. Okay?
Salamat po.
Okay. Any more questions, guys? Sa ating mga members, officers, or participants from SECAP, baka may mga tanong din po kayo. Okay, it seems wala na. So anyway, pag may mga maisipan pa po kayong itanong, we still have 9 days for the training, okay? We can accept, we can accommodate, entertain questions anytime pertaining to SECAP-SWDA, okay? And with that, I'd like to say good morning and thank you to everyone. God bless us all. At kita-kits ulit tayo tomorrow. Okay? Let's see each other again tomorrow, 10 a.m. God bless everyone.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you po, ma'am. Alas pa na po sa lahat.
Thank you po, ma'am. Sikain na.
Thank you po.
Angelo,
Ah,
eat well.
Narinig.
Ano?
Lintag manyak.
hello.
Okay na, you may now have your lunch. Ayan, mag-aalas 12 na rin ha. Para isara ko na yung room. Okay? Bye, everyone. God bless.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you po ulit.
Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye, nak. Bukas ulit,
Bye.
nak.
Ingat kayo, ma'am.
You too, guys. God bless. Okay, mag-lunch na kayo, nak, para maisara ko na yung room.
Hindi po, ma'am. Salamat.
Bye-bye, Nordy. There are still 7 in the room.
Ano ba mag-lip?
Okay, bukas na ulit, naka. See you again tomorrow, Sir Aris.
Sige po, ma'am. Sige. Bye-bye.
Salamat po sa attendance nyo. Baka pwede nyo rin pong i-share sa sa iba pa po nating mga members, sir. Diyan. Saan po ba kayo? From where are you po?
Quezon City, ma'am. District 4.
Sa Quezon City. Okay, salamat po.
Opo, salamat po.